This B2B empire is 2.5 times the revenue of Zerodha, 2 times the revenue of Zomato, and 5 times the total revenue of Lenskart. So how did they achieve this 41,000 crore empire with a profit after tax of 463 crores? Today in this video I will be showing you the exact roadmap which they followed in exact 4 steps, and his crazy founder Ashish Mohapatra, who shared some crazy insights with us, and the 4 strategies which he used to become one of India's most profitable billion-dollar business. So let's begin. I will also be showing you the exact roadmap which you will also find in today's video, all of his strategies which he got and made him a billion-dollar business. So let's begin without wasting any time. So here is Ashish Mohapatra, co-founder and CEO of OfBusiness. Initially his views were regarding I am quitting, but despite being of a very meritorious background, he was graduated in IIT Kharagpur in 1998 from he did an MBA from ISB and McKinsey and Company. He also worked in Matrix. He was a VC. So after all these struggles, he was very interested in the MSM, small manufacturing industry business. These small manufacturers, these SME business caught interest of SME or caught interest of Ashish. I will tell you the reason. So in a particular environment, so let us say that JSW Steel manufactures 10,000 crore tons of steel, but fridge manufacturer, for example, a small SME does not get the entire production of this. So this JSW Steel often has various official distributors which belong to the same city. So it's not the case that JSW Steel sells directly to fridge manufacturer. No, not at all. They have an official distributor in their own city, and through a chain of processes they reach the trader, which is in the city as same as that of the small fridge manufacturer in this case. And after this there is a lot of cycles and cycles and cycles, of which Ashish took hold of and made profit from him. So here are some videos. For India's GDP, 30% are MSMEs. So why are they an important aspect? 6.3 crore MSMEs. So here Ashish told us that what were the things, like we can also have the first was his B2B value chain. What is this value chain? So let me show you that this sector typically revolves in credit cycle. So basically there are suppliers at one side and SMEs. In traditional things there are drawbacks of which Ashish took care of. So if we think from this perspective that this region is sorted, obviously JSW Steel initially has only a set of distributors. They have no knowledge of whom are they end selling, or are they selling to fridge, are they selling for cars, or no, they don't have any list of small SMEs whom they are favoring. So this leads to various problems faced by both suppliers and SMEs. So what are these? Let me show you. First is payment, which is one of the biggest causes. So payment is supplier. These basically run in credit cycles, because of which all of this is done by word of mouth. But OfBusiness comes here, and because of its documentation and the process of its credit system makes the supplier trust them, and so this creates a sort of transparency between the fridge manufacturer, the MSME, and the supplier. So we can think of OfBusiness as Amazon of suppliers, as well as Amazon for customers. So basically what OfBusiness, the main thing which made OfBusiness at this level is, I would say, the payments. Payments were the main reason. The credit cycle, for example, I am a fridge manufacturer, and suppose I purchased 10,000 crores worth of 100 crores worth of steel from JSW Steel, but might be that I might not be able to recover these. This means This means a lot of cost to JSW Steel, because if I will not repay and all of this documentation is not done, then apart from my losses, JSW Steel will also suffer a lot of loss. So to remove this, all of the process of credit cycles, be it credit cycle, be it loan repayment time, be it time to reach the product, all of this is documentation. So we must learn that documentation is the key behind Ashish Mahopatra's success. So next is visibility of SME. See, in the earlier business model, there was a lack of visibility. So manufacturers like small fridge manufacturers, the SMEs in this case were only limited to this portion, and the JSW steels were only limited to this portion. What special thing that OfBusiness does is they remove all these gaps. These official distributors, these traders, these retailers, these small retailers, all the gaps have been removed collectively by OfBusiness, because of which the JSW steels have a direct visibility of the fridge manufacturers and whom are they supplying. So it creates visibility, and so they can also trust. It builds trust from mutual side. JSW Steel will trust SMEs and SMEs will trust JSW Steels. So the third point and the difficulty faced by the suppliers was irregular supply by SMEs. So irregular supply by SMEs can be understood by this example. So for example, if supplier has some traders and these traders supplies to some other set of SMEs. So if the production or the consumption of the products by SMEs reduces, then traders would reduce the amount that they receive from suppliers. This will result in supplier having lower export margins. So if these are reduced by a small amount, this will lead to supplier having a larger loss. So we must understand that it is the irregular supply by SMEs that is one of the biggest challenges faced by these suppliers. So how does OfBusiness overcome this? This is very easy portion of theirs, because you might think OfBusiness has a large number of SMEs. So supplier, if has a shortage, by such he will increase one more branch, because now he does not have to go to the traditional trader route. He can directly approach the SMEs. So what he can do, he can have another set of small SMEs, so that he can increase his revenue. If a person is in loss, he might reduce the quantity supplied to him and increase quantity supplied to some other, because SME has a list of a large number of because OfBusiness has a list of a large number of SMEs. So it makes easier for the supplier to not have their product which they have manufactured to get wasted. They can have a large number of SMEs. I hope these 3 points related to payments, which was cured by documentation, the visibility of SMEs, which was improved by removing the traders and official distributors from the site, and the irregular supply by SMEs, which was removed by having another SMEs provided by OfBusiness, made suppliers happy customers of OfBusiness. So why did SMEs choose suppliers? Their main factor was, like we purchase on Amazon, we can track where our product is, but in large manufacturing plants this is not at all the case. But OfBusiness solves this problem by providing an appropriate tracking mechanism where SME can track where his good has reached. So this ensures that they are timely updated. SMEs don't feel that that his product can reach tomorrow or next month or even next year. How much he has to wait? He gets a correct analysis of that. And next is obviously quality, because in general B2B businesses the quality is checked after the shipment. Means if shipment has taken 1 month, then after 1 month it has reached, and then the quality will be checked that it is not at all right, then it will reverse ship. So this cost is a lot. So what of business does is it checks the quality before the shipment, so that root cause is taken care of. And the third and one of the most important things taken care of by off business is the credit cycles. They, unlike these banks and all, banks have a lot of documentation, and no one in this B2B sector is much inclined to these banks and that traditional route. They usually focus on the loans given by some financiers, which is of a large interest rate, and if they are unable to repay, which is mostly the case, most of SMEs are at breakthrough, or generally if they are not at all following the good practices, they don't have profit, so they are unable to overcome and get their investment to suppliers. So suppliers will face risk. So how does this problem of SMEs, that if they fail to provide the loan which they had taken, how will they live? Means, for example, I took a loan, I took steel from JSW Steel worth of 10,000 crores, but I was unable to repay it because my fridges did not get sold. So 10,000 crores, how will I repay it? In traditional, it would be I have to pay it, or the loan which I will get would be at interest rate as high as 30%. So this is very, very crucial and a great aspect. Now you might be thinking, if they provide unsecured loans, which means unsecured credit is a type of credit that doesn't require collateral, means they do not have to provide some land or their machinery or their earlier money as collateral to get a loan. In this case, all business provides them unsecured credit. So you might be thinking, wouldn't all business be in loss? So here comes the catch. Indeed, this non-performing assets which we are talking about, the percentage which is not recovered. For example, of business gave some SMEs some portion of some loan of approximately 1,000 crores, and the SME was not able to repay it back. Then of business gets a loss of 1,000 crores. This would be termed as a non-performing asset. So, but you would be astonished to know that despite unsecured credit cycle, they just have a 1% NPA, which is much less than the industry standard. So here is how they overcame it: by underwriting and collection. What is underwriting? Underwriting means trustworthy. They only give to those customers which are trustworthy. They don't supply unsecured credit to those SMEs which are not trustworthy, and they feel that they will not be able to repay the amount in future. If they feel that these SMEs are well established enough and lean and need a credit, they are given some support by off business in the sake of that they will repay it later, because of the main aspect, their strong documentation. So SMEs don't want to mess up, and also it is also common sense for the SMEs too, because for example, you think that you are an SME, then you are entirely or mostly dependent on off business for most of your requirements. Would you like to have bad relations with off business? Because if you get messed up with off business, then all of your business would be dead, obviously. So SMEs try to repay it on time. Hence it's a type of loop that you build a good relation with off business builds good relation with you, and collection is done by a very strong documentation. So it's just a documentation. So let's begin. Next task would be So let's see what's inside the video. So this B2B value chain is quite interesting. A general B2B value chain is like the raw materials are processed into some semi-finished goods, and then finished goods are made. And these raw materials have lower margins, and here comes the catch, but higher sales frequency. Obviously, if so, we must hear from Ashish Mahapatra himself. Mr. Sir, thank you.
Have North Bangalore as one distributor, and there will be no other distributor who can in turn sell Colgate's products there. This is for a distributor buying from Colgate. So there is a demarcation of a product and a geography cross section. On the raw material side, that's not the case. Raw material side is humongous markets. The number of distributors are also far lesser. The margins are much more wafer thinner. Typically, the ability to actually put out that amount of capital is not very high in the distributor, and hence it's literally dog eat dog. Nobody really has a clear demarcation of this is the area that they can get into, and hence it was relatively easier for us on the raw material. Let's say steel sheet.
So this was the main crux. So basically what Ashish told us is that fridge, for example, this sector, this portion is well established. So what do I mean by it is this portion is well established. I mean that this trader and those retailers, for example, what example he took was that, for example, North Bangalore has only one distributor of Colgate. No, he would not allow any other person to be a distributor in North Bangalore of Colgate. This is quite well established, but on the raw material side, this was not the case. There is no clear demarcation. So this was the main, no clear demarcation. Because of not having a clear demarcation, it opened doors for Ashish to have invested in this sector of manufacturing and raw materials and get made $1 billion industry as we know today. But you may think that why didn't people enter in this sector if there was less supply here? If the supplier or distributor does not allow anyone to enter in North Bangalore, and if this was a free sector, why didn't everyone go here? Because of lack of capital. Obviously, these are a high capital deeds. So they are not like traditionally. For example, if this revolves around 100 crore exchange, then this typically involves a 10,000 crore. So this 100x is what 100x requirement is what made the reason for less competition in this sector. So basically let me tell you about some core facts about the B2B business. If you, I or anyone has to make money in this B2B sector, there are 4 main principles. Be a distributor or wholesaler, but this has been greatly taken care of by obviously of business, obviously. And next could be to provide a service. For example, you could provide logistics, you could provide warehouses, or whatever be the case. For all the logistics, warehouses, these are the type of businesses that are related to service. Or you can act as a financer. They also earned a lot of great amount, obviously because of the trade, they obviously earn a lot of amount because of the credit cycles. This industry works on credit basis, and unsecured credit was the major turn taken by them. So this sector was very well taken care by their decision of unsecured credit. But they didn't stop here. They launched another company, which was another game changer. Let me tell, Oxyzo. So what is this company? How it came into existence? What does it do? It was a very strong move. What is Oxyzo? So Oxyzo is basically a company which, instead of providing unsecured credit, provides secured credit. Means collateral is here, but because of the documentation this credit is much less or at same par with the industry rates, but because of well documentation, this does not involve a lot of cycles and does not involve, this is a sort of transparent type structure. If we see Oxiso basic plan, then do tell me, and I'll drop a video in the next I'll drop a next video on how Oxiso, the other smart move, became so brilliant. Now the next was manufacturing and processing by Ashish himself. So you may think it is an obvious fact that he had a large database, a huge database of what is the current demand. So being smart as he is, he started by manufacturing of those products which were having a demand supply gap. For example, if there was some SME there are a lot of SMEs which are having demand of steel in this case, or carrots in this case, or banyan trees in this case, but the demand side is not at all that efficient, then OfBusiness will come into role and set up its manufacturing. But setting up manufacturing will indeed take a lot of time. So here comes the master stroke by Ashish, acquisition. So what he did is acquired those companies which were already doing well or had a lot of experience in this industry in the production of those products which were in high demand but low supply. They acted as manufacturer for those products and provided a vertical layer to their business by themselves manufacturing. It's the same way like Amazon launched Amazon Basics, as they saw the demand for products of certain being more than the supply of those products. So let's see further video. So this is a for example JSW Steel manufacturing, and these are let's see here. So these were the major problems I told you. Timely payments, consumer visibility, limited access. Timely payments were obviously done by documentation. Consumer visibility was handled by removing all the traders, distributors which were inside the chain and providing proper visibility. This visibility was also important for SMEs when they wanted to track where their orders are. And another issue was quality issues by ensuring that quality checks have been made before the shipment, and obviously terms and prices and providing collateral at unsecured price. So you may think that his strokes were a lot. Now let's see.
Credit worthy. If you want more than 30 days credit, we can't. We use fridge or car sales and MSMEs had. Both of them had three major problems. Let's talk about suppliers first, because obviously the hassle of documentation is crazy. In fact, if you want 30 days credit, OfBusiness can give it to you as long as you are credit worthy. If you want more than 30 days credit, we can't. You can take it from Oxiso if Oxiso is a good enough financier for you. Otherwise, it's a no.
So here was some master stroke by him. So let's start.
Smart about adding verticals to the business to grab margins wherever she.
So then he came into service sector. He provides sorting, cutting, shearing, all of the things which I had told that B2B earning is also possible through services, logistics, or providing polishing services, shattering. These kind of services also became an important role in OfBusiness growth. So here are his videos, how he became Ashish Mahapatra, CEO of OfBusiness. Next was a greater smart move, bid assist. So we all know that government has launched a GEM portal in which they get 12 to 17,000 tenders in a single day. So for example, a hospital is built and they require laboratories, some machines for their business. Now they will release on their GEM portal that we want such and such conditions, and all these SMEs are clearly searching for all of these tenders. but they are not at all sure to for which they should apply, which they have more chances to select, more chances to get ahead of, and the proper tenders according to their need. Bid assists come into picture for this great opportunity. So how is this possible? How was this possible? Because this was possible because bid assist is an AI tool where SMEs can sign up based on a freemium model, and based on their signing up they get a clear list of tenders which they can apply, and also get a probability of will they get selected or not based on advanced artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms. They perform a check of all of those tenders which are suitable for them. So for example, JSW, so it's basically all of these four basic things: B2B value chain, cracking NPAs, the Amazon of B2B, and zero cost of acquisition. And let's get a little more detail about how zero CAC in B2B business, zero cost of acquisition. First, I told you this premium tool. When SMEs registered at ease, they would call them back and told them about their basic business of business, how they are, how they could help them, and avoid these mistakes which they were earlier facing: their tracking, their quality, the credit, all of this. And obviously this the SMEs easily registered on bid assist to get insights related to bid, and when approached by OfBusiness later, they signed up for OfBusiness and ended in an open loop where they can't either say no to OfBusiness because they were now entirely dependent on OfBusiness for all of their things. Obviously their quality was much high, also all of their services made the suppliers also redirect SMEs to get them via OfBusiness because of excellent job related to irregular supply by SMEs, visibility of SMEs, and payment related documentation done by OfBusiness made suppliers also force the SMEs which were traditionally connected to them through other routes to get them by OfBusiness, so that OfBusiness can act as a mediator and provide them the secured credit to SMEs, unsecured credit to SMEs, and timely payment to suppliers. So this was a very brilliant move by Ashish, and it was a great to have you to explain you how this man made OfBusiness a great empire. If you want more such videos, then please comment, and want this PDF not in rubbish or this format, clear format, do comment down and I will get it directly to your inbox. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.